Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? We are late, but we are here. It is Monday. Welcome to Wickin It and Kickin It, where we scramble to make it happen because because I overslept. uh, if you're gonna take a midday nap, make sure that your alarm is set, and not only that your alarm is set, but your alarm is set for PM and not AM, because this is what happens. However, there's there's a pretty good window of time to still squeeze a show in, even if you wake up at 10 after 7, realizing, well, oh crap, look at what I done did. Still plenty of time to squeeze in a show. We're just gonna wing it tonight. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend, and the start to your week is going fabulous as well. Uh, yeah, let me know what you guys how your week started, and what you guys hopefully everybody's enjoying something tasty. Of course, everything on this channel is brought to you by JMW Premium, making all of our fancy upgrades on this thing possible. Shout out to Dan for that. um, And if you are not already a member, you can Facebook search JMW Premium so you can get in the know about all that. But of course, we got friends in the chat with some tasty goodies as well. Maybe you're enjoying something from Duchess or from Mao. Those guys can feel free to drop their stuff in the chat. If anybody here has any YouTube links or anything, or any content that they create, rather, feel free to drop your channel links in the chat as well. That is why everybody has wrenches. I think everybody here has been a witness to the wrenching. I don't know why this darn Windows thing keeps popping up in my way, but thankfully it's gone now. But yeah, let me know what you guys are freaking enjoying tonight. If you're going to be building anything or rewicking anything along with me tonight, send me some hand checks. I'll throw them up on my phone, on the screen, whatever. Let me know what you guys are rocking with. Just anything really. Feel free to share anything, and you know we'll shout you out. Man, kind of takes a second to settle in, but yeah, let's see who is here. Um, that's usually a good place to start. Ben was first. Ben says, "Hey, first. What's up, Ben?" First Road says, yo, those guys snuck in here real quick, man. As soon as I got the live stream set up. Dell is third. Mao is Mao. What's up, Mao? What's up, dudes? How's everybody doing? Dell says, tooting on that Over the Moon. Oh yeah, I forgot you got Over the Moon. That's a classic, dude. A classic. Glad you're enjoying everything. Dell did send me a hand check already. We'll get to those in a second. Dr. Chaos, what is up, my man? Good to see you, Dr. Chaos, dipping his toes into the rebuildable world. Love to see it. Deller's chilling at work. Yeah, work sucks. Hopefully it's going good. Yeah. Yeah, my work doesn't necessarily suck, but like I have a hard time setting boundaries for myself, working at home, doing something you love. It gets tricky, man. It gets tricky. I'll tell you what happened is I came home from Mother's Day festivities, laid down, and crashed. And then I woke up. I don't know what time was it, guys, that I jumped in to hang out last night. Like 1 a.m. Woke up at like 1 a.m. realizing I still had all my weekend orders to complete. Shout out to everybody who kept me busy over the weekend, and for the few of you who happened to catch that we did post a Mother's Day sale. Happy Mother's Day, belated to all of our moms out there. Um, and then I stayed up getting that stuff done. And then what happens is the mailman on Monday usually comes between like 10 and 11, usually sometimes 11:45 at the very latest. and like I couldn't get any sleep, like solid sleep. Like I kept on waking up because like in my subconscious, like I'm listening for him to ring the bell. And the guy who was covering for my regular mailman shift today didn't come until almost 3 p.m. So I really didn't like fully like lay down and like start getting like good REM sleep until like 3 p.m. And lo and behold, we sleep until 7:10. Boundaries, dude, boundaries. I gotta learn some. Dell's saying it's pretty slow today. Big news. Finally scored two of his vape grails, like like bucket list items. A GT4 and 5, dude. A GT4, very nice, dude. I want a GT4S now. Now that I don't know. I see. I did find one of my unicorns, guys. You know, we set this up last week. The dwarf on the Shift Plus. Man, might as well take a toot while we're at it. We wicked it up with some Don last week, which reminds me, my 5 bottles of Don did come uh today. That's freaking awesome. But now it's loaded up with, oh my god, it's blueberry. We got that 3mm cherry bomb in there. A little whistly, but delicious. If an RTA can be that good, and people talk up the GT4S the way that they do, wouldn't mind getting my hands on one someday. Neil Pitts says, hello, everyone. Dr. Chaos just got his Recurve V2 and the Hellbeast RDAs, and he's also using his new stubby. That's right. I saw you getting that stubby built. Heck yeah, dude. Uh, yeah, how is the stubby treating you? And that's something I've never tried. I know that can be a bit of a tricky one. Better than it was before. That's awesome. Dell says he hasn't got it to vape great, but he's pretty sure the problem is me. I don't know, man. With that one, it's a general consensus. I think that it has been known to give people fits. Had a recoil and wicket, and he turned up the wattage, and it's doing better. Hell yeah, dude! I'm glad to hear that. Dell says he doesn't have burrow building down yet. Yeah, dude, every single bridge is different, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm not like super into burrows. However, I do have my favorite little guy that I run often, the Voltrove RBA in my billet box. You know what's on the inside of here because I just can't get enough of it. Uh, it's 75 and sunny out today, and we're still vaping the liquid that we created for Christmas time. It's the cookie cane. Going on about 3 weeks with the wick job that has been in here, and it's still giving me some freaking nice crackle. Wicked it nice and firm for longevity, and it still crackles super good. Mm. That's pretty much like what I've been rocking. Like a lot of stuff has been torn down. I've been like procrastinating re-wicking the Asgard 30mm on top of the Republic because I wanted to make like a short video for it for the channel, and I forgot to have my son bring his ring light here. I wanted to try doing some stuff with the use of both hands, but maybe we'll just wing that too. Had a lot of help from the Grim Patreon Discord. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yo-Yo's coming through. Uh, Duchess says, yo, dudes. What's up, Duchess? Tim Kittle is here. What's up, motherfuckers? What's up, dude? Chaos says he's rocking the Duchess coils and cotton bacon in it, and it works great. Dude, I love that. Army of Blue Wrenches, says Zell. Yeah, we make it happen. Even though he's using the double barrel in it, dude, I am craving some double barrel. As a matter of fact, yo, here we go, my dude. Second World Scallywag Patrick is in the house. Be in soon, y'all. I have started a new life, and I'm in a sober meeting at the moment. I love to hear that, dude. be out at 7:30. Hope everyone is doing well. May only be my 5th day, but you better sit down for this. Yeah. I've been happy for an entire week. I don't think that's ever happened in adulthood. Sobriety fucks, dude. It does, dude. In 5 days, man. 5 days may not seem like a lot, but it's a big freaking deal when you're getting started in that sober life, dude. Proud of you, Patrick. Making that decision to go into sober living is not an easy one, man. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of willingness. Willingness being the key. And in 2 weeks, we'll talk a lot about willingness because it will be my 6 year sober anniversary. And literally asking for willingness every single morning when I woke up is really what got me started. It's what like gave me the strength to freaking get moving every day, man. And it takes a lot. Proud of you, dude, and I'm freaking glad to see you, man. Glad to see you back. Um, Chaos says that hopefully you get through it. It's a rough time. It's rough sometimes, yeah. Um, Tim Kittle says didn't never think I could be a burro, could like a burro being mech head, but finally got a wicked alpha with a billy, and I ain't with a billet maybe I think, and I ain't mad at it. Yeah, dude. When you find a good one, something that you can wick up and enjoy, that you get it down and it's vaping great. Yeah, that's why I like my Voltro because like I used to exclusively build it with a coil that Jared from Pendulum Coils made me that allowed me to be able to vape it at like 48 watts, but still get all day battery life. I got a couple of those coils around, but lately I've been, you know, getting a little bit into that crackle life. Del says so happy for you, dude. Yeah, for real. Canadian Vapor says, "What's happening, all you sexy bitches? What is happening?" Right back at you, brother. We're doing the thing. We're doing the damn thing. We're late, but we're doing it. Uh, for Tim for M, a burrow is the best RDL vape. Yeah, unless you find like a nice single coil tank. I mean, there's some good squonk RDAs with nice restricted draw as well. Haku Vena being one of them. The Broken Addy. Shut up, Paul, you slut. Yeah. Tim says I got a 4.5 airflow pin in it, and it's direct lung. I guess that's why it ain't bad. Yeah, yeah, that's the same thing. I think that's why I enjoy the Voltrobe so much. Also, I grabbed something out of the cabinet today. Uh, we don't do burrows often, but I think if there's one thing that we do tonight, I think I might install a coil into the Torin burrow. That's another direct lung burrow banger. I've been wanting to set that up for a minute. There's me. I write that to kind of see where we started here. Evening, brother. Hey, Steve-O, what do you know? It's past 75, 4:45. You're like, no, your watch is wrong. Your watch or your clock or whatever, because I started immediately at 7:45 because I've got a timer. I've got a timer that tells me when it's showtime. Yo, peeps, what is up, Tiny TJ? Good to see you, my dude. It's going down for real, he says. Yeah. Ready for the best live to start on a Monday. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Smash that like button. Hell yeah. If you're not yet subscribed, might as well do as well. Hell yeah. LT says, yo, hey, LT. Mama Bear, what's up? She checked in on me today. I appreciate it. I was like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Like, I had checked in on Dean. He's chilling in his room. Made sure, like, he had everything that he needed. Like, are you good? We're going to go live. We'll make some pasta afterwards or something. I mean, he's been fending for himself. He's getting to that age where he can go to the kitchen and make himself a sandwich or something if he gets hungry. But I like to do dinner together. It's like the one time one of my very strict rules. I said we do dinner together. Sit at the table together, catch up, do the thing. Cass says it's his day off. Been talking to a girl and living life, dude. Well, that's what's up, man. JMW making all our dreams come true, says Canadian Vapor. Aw, thank you, man. That apple cream cake is fire! Dude, Dell, thank you. I'm so glad you're enjoying that. And now you got Over the Moon into the fold. Dude, Over the Moon, I remember at one point we were like like sponsoring this group called the Vapors Den. We were like the liquid sponsor for the Vapors Den. Timmy was the coil sponsor for the group. And I want to say it was like still kind of like late COVID lockdown period, and they were like doing cloud comps and stuff, like an online cloud comp. And people were using Over the Moon because it was it's our only max VG liquid on the menu. Just a heads up, actually, because I'm not sure if any people know that. For anybody that likes Over the Moon, and like if you're running it in like an RTA or like a Burrow device, wick accordingly because it's max VG. I always forget to tell people that, but people will get that for the extra cloudage. You know, I'm not personally big into vaping straight VG. Duchess, thank you for the link. Little spot right there for you to get some tasty goodies. Got his LT got her custom drip tips from Furbish Road. Hell yeah. Cass says I've not yet had any flavor from the apple cream cake. Really? That's wild to me. I wonder if maybe I made a mistake while mixing it, man. That's the only thing I can think of. Because that flavor, that's packed with flavor. I don't know. That's weird to me. Got that succulence in it, says Tim Kittle. Nice, dude. There you go. Duchess also dropping his link for his coils. Delta's got it in the Bonza Pro at 100 watts, dude. That Bonza Pro is a banger. Neil says Delta Squonk, Bonza Pro, Strawberry Twinkie Milkshake, plus testing 2 new recipes, a tropical custard and a tropical Skittles juice. Dude, that sounds nice. Tropical custard. Yeah, it's getting to that time of the year where I like to try experimenting with like some tropical like smoothies or yogurts, but packed with fruity goodness as well. Skittles, though, that's interesting. A tropical Skittles, man. I made a recipe that I thought tasted exactly like berry Skittles once, at least off the shake. After it steeps, it changes a little, but off the shake, it tasted exactly like the purple bag Skittles. Probably need to go back to stock coils. Takes a while to learn to wick and build. I don't know. He was having trouble with the stock coils as well. 1:30 a.m. I think. Yeah. Wow, are we that far behind? The Dawn. Yo, it's so tasty. Ben says I'm vaping a Savage Mods KO with the Drift RDA and a billet box. Got some liquid from Max Vapor, Blueberry, and Fruit Loops. Not super good. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, I actually, Ben. Oh wait, no, that's Dell. Ben sent one in. Let's do these now though, because Dell was talking about the stuff. There's Dell's right there. Let's see if we can get a little bit of focus action in here. Boom. He's got that freaking fatality on the Odin. Some Over the Moon. Let's go. Who else sent me one? Ben sent me one. Yeah, there's what Ben is talking about right there. That's what Ben was talking about right there. Delta, or I'm sorry, I missed it. Where'd it go? I don't know. Either way, that's what Ben. Now you're looking at that. There we go. And Mao sent one as well. Ooh, he's got the Cthulhu AIO back out. Look at that big ass bot. Oh, with the 6 RBA. He's been loving that 6. The Alexa 6 RBA from from that raffle rumble and a gigantic bottle of, oh my god, it's blueberry, dude. Love it, love it. Thank you, man. Um, I think that's it so far, guys. Dr. Kaz, you probably need to go back. Oh, that's why it somehow it bumped up all. I was reading it and it bumped itself up. That's weird. Let's go back to manual or autofocus. Duchess says I'm not vaping shit. I'm at the hospital for a late night appointment. That's right, dude. Duchess, you has his sleep study tonight, man. I hope that goes well for you, brother. I know they can be kind of a pain in the ass, man. Hope you're able to get some sleep tonight. Sadly, it's not S. It's just a GT4. Yeah, that's all right. A pure glass. Yeah, that's all good, man. Still, all the GT4s are great tanks. I hear. I know specifically the one that I want that I hope to find someday. Kerplop is lurking. Got to keep his eyes shut. All right, dude. Good to see you, man. Miles says he's rocking the Delrin Cthulhu in voltage mode, rocking the big price and loving every second of it. Hell yeah. Big prize. Yeah, big prize. Paul says, feel better, buddy. My tank handles it just fine. Yeah, oh yeah, it does. It does. Like those big tanks for sure. Hey, Arnie, you made it. Yo, yo, evening all. Arnie, great to see you, man. Hello, hello, sir. Uh, with Max VG, do you want more or less cotton? Sometimes less. I mean, with those big tanks, it's hard. Well, if you're running like a big honking ass Voltrove, you would probably just still wick it the way that you always would. But like, I'm just saying, like some like smaller tanks and stuff with like smaller like wicking inlets, you know. Sometimes you might need to thin your cotton out a little more. Um, tight, builds less normally. The recurve V2 says yes. Less too much cotton will struggle to wick the max BG. Right? Yeah. Uh, just thin out your ends and you should be fine. Yeah. Tim says, hell yeah, y'all assumed it was less. Usually vape 70 to 30 or 60-40. Ah, yeah, okay. Steve, do you test a new recipe in an RTA? To me, the heat of the deck helps it fast steep. I not in an RTA always. Sometimes, occasionally, I will. Usually, I'll test them in the Voltrove RBA, which to me vapes pretty damn close to a single coil RTA. That's interesting though. I can see that. And depending where you live, says Dell, the liquid will be thinner with warmer climate, so it might be fine regardless. That's true. That's true. The guy had a dwarf DL, but I was too slow on the draw. Yeah, they go quick, man. They go quick. I got lucky, I think. If my buddy Chris didn't tag me in that post, I probably would have missed out because like it was a package deal, the mod and the tank, and it was a hell of a deal. Cass has built it with Duchess and Purpose Road and struggled to get the coils to heat up evenly, but got it. But I wonder if that is why or not. I don't know, man, because you were having a hard time with it before. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, that's crazy to me. We'll have to talk about it later. I don't buy commercial liquid anymore, says Dell. I buy the JMW, FDH, Timmy, etc. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are on that train, man. I don't know. You know, vape what you like, whether it's DIY, it's commercial, it's small batch, whatever. 250 for the Typhoons. Oh. Uh but yeah, guys, 811 already. Um Man, it's crazy when you get started that late. I don't have any coffee tonight, but I did snag a Dr. Pepper. Usually that's like an after dinner treat. But I pulled something out. Oh yeah. I did want to check in on this. We mixed this 2 weeks ago. I still haven't tried the mix from last week. We did check in about the Samoa cheesecake. Been enjoying the hell out of that one, guys. And I did have an idea though, even though it's been a fabulous recipe. I had an idea with it, for it. Um, and maybe Paul can help me out. I don't know. Um, it occurred to me that I had a flavor in like the stash of stuff that Dan sent me from Wonder Flavors. It's Nanaimo bar. It's like a Canadian freaking thing. I don't know how you say it. Nanaimo bar, Naomi bar. I don't know. And that flavoring is basically like a chocolate with like a almost like a cream cheese consistency type of filling, but it has like coconut notes in it as well. And I had this idea maybe that flavor might work good in the Samoa cheesecake. So we might play around with it more. We're not going to do any mixes tonight, but I did want to talk about it's good, Steve. Yeah. But I thought it would be perfect because like I was looking for something to add like some additional chocolate note to it rather than just the chocolate cookie crust. Um, and right now the recipe has dessert chocolate from SSA in it, which is good. It's good. I just wasn't sure if it was the right chocolate. And then I discovered that I had that flavor, and I was like, that could work. Or we could build a entirely different recipe around it. Been craving coconut like crazy lately. Still got a little bit of Mao's coconut crunch in the fold too. Been babying that bottle. But this right here is that banana butterscotch that we mixed up a couple weeks ago. Mm. And if you go onto ELR and you want to see, if you want to find specifically any of the mixes that we've done on the show here, if you just type in the search bar on ELR, like the main recipe thread, if you just type in hashtag wiki, WIKI, everything that we've ever done on the show here will show up, including Cookie Cane. But this is the banana butterscotch from a couple weeks ago, and man, it's tasty. I don't know if it's that much different after swapping, because what I did was I swapped out LA butter rum for natural butterscotch. Did end up bumping the butterscotch cream pie back up to 3%. It's really tasty, but it's so banana forward. That Nam's banana packs a punch. And I pushed it to its limits in that recipe at 2.5, 2.5%, along with VTA's banana custard. And I think with the banana custard in there, pushing that Nam's banana all the way to 2.5 is unnecessary. They could probably lower it to 2%, maybe even 1.5 if we keep the VTA at 2. Because what it does is it brings a real authentic banana texture and flavor. Like the texture feels like you actually have like mushy bananas in your mouth. But it takes away a little bit of the pop from the butterscotch. I would kind of like a little bit more butterscotch in the recipe. I think maybe just lowering that down 0.5% might just do it for the balance. But it's good, man. It's good. I'm really, really enjoying that how that recipe turned out. You really do get like the almost like the consistency of pudding. Not so much a pie, which is why we took the name pie out of the name. Um, and it's hard to get that consistency. It's too bad Noms is sold out of their damn banana because I want to stock up on it. Mao, it says the link is expired. Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, those Discord links sometimes expire. Maybe you got to create a new one. I don't know. Hopefully, yeah. There's a new one right there, guys. Feel free to join Mao's Discord if you haven't yet. He's got the one new liquid is available now, and he had to postpone the other one until one of the flavors comes back in stock. But the word is that it should be on its way. to be restocked. Canadian Vapor says there is a chocolate note in the Nanaimo bar. It's not overpowering. It's quite nice. Should work, yeah. And because it also has coconut. Because I'm not looking for like an overpowering chocolate. Just something to kind of help boost it a little bit. Because the Samoa cookie, or a cheesecake rather, based on the Samoa cookie, would have chocolate cookie crust, but also a chocolate drizzle over the top. Um, so not like a massive amount of chocolate. There you go. Dell's in now. So I did have, I was like, let's wing it. Maybe I'll just wick up a couple things, right? Um, and then I was like, I could always wick up this. I haven't had this in rotation for a while, and then I realized this is already re-wicked. It just needs to be freaking uh, juiced up. The coil just needs, and the cotton just needs to be juiced up, and the squonk bottle filled. And like, I could probably just grab a couple other setups and wick them. And I'm like, I've had this idea in my head on a coil that I want to try in the Torin burrow. In the Torin burrow, I actually won it in a Boosh box a while back. It's an interesting little guy. You know what I mean? It's definitely direct lung. It has airflow open on both sides. We'll show it off here in a second once I can get this flush nut off. And it really, and the thing is it benefits from being in a mod that has airflow open on both sides, like the Xeon. The Xeon has the window open on both sides. It allows the air to really be able to come in on both sides. And it's been a while. There you go. You see the airflow on both sides. It's been a while since I've played around with this. This is probably one of the other very few burrows that I've really enjoyed because it's a direct lung. It pretty much has to live in the Xeon to get the fullness of the airflow from it. It has right now. I think it just has a triple 28, 3mm triple 28, like it's like a classic Alien V2 from Twisted Timmy in there. And it does pretty well. It does pretty well with that in there. But I was thinking, because I have this one extra Umami SFC from Duchess, it's basically the same specs except in a staggered fuse Clapton instead of an Alien. Well, no, because it's not tricore. My bad. It's dual coil instead of tricore, and 2.5mm instead of. So it's not, but it uses the same type of wire. I was thinking we could give that a build, and get that set up tonight. Like I said, I normally don't run a lot of burrows, but I've been wanting to try that coil in there. I think it's going to do really well. There's a chocolate note. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yep, I'm in now. Mouse says I got to stick an Umami in the 6 one day soon and give it a rip. Yeah, and then I had another guy. Oh wait, Furperstrode sent a hand check, I think, or a desk check. Real quick. Let's look. Thank you, Chris. There we go. He got some Duchess liquids, Grandma's Pie, and what I can't read what the other one is, but he's got that the Asgard Mini on the Avalanche V2, full size Asgard, or is that an Asgard? Yeah, it looks like a full size Asgard on the 01. And look at those custom made drip tips, handmade by himself. Hell yeah, dude! Love that. Love that. Love those drip tips are starting to come out even nicer and nicer the more time he spends on them, man. Um, yeah, love it, dude. I love it. And some of those colors, wow. Love to see it, dude. He says, yes, bitch. Paul Cole. What's up, y'all? Just jumped in to say hi. What up? Hanging out with the family right now, but much love. Stay cloudy, y'all. Paul Cole. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Um, do it in your cool. Yeah. That is the other liquid. Oh, yes, bitch. Okay. Awesome. Okay, yes, bitch. That's the other liquid. Oh yeah, I see. Yes, bitch. Which one is that one? I feel like I got a pretty good idea of most of the liquids that Duchess has. But I don't hear that one talked about that much. Here we go. Damn, dude. There is Chaos. Chaos's desk check. He's got a little bit of everything in there, man. Some FDH, couple JMWs. I love to see it, and a Mao mix with the He's got his stubby, right? And then I don't know what the mods are. One is the Hellbeast RDA though, and the other one is the Recurve V2 RDA. Hellbeast, Recurve V2, and whatever that setup is there. Hell yeah, dude. Voopoo mods. Okay, sick, dude. All right. Thanks, dude. That's a nice freaking lineup there. Got a little bit of everything, man. A little bit of everything. Thank you for that. Tim Kittle says something just came up, Steve-O. I'll catch you and the wrench gang next time. One love. Tim, have a good night, man. Hope everything's all right. Oh, pumpkin spice. That's right. That's right. Duh. I knew that. Darren D, who's this Duchess Coils from? Some disposable liquid maker from Guatemala Mafia member? Yeah, that's it. It just reminded me though, like this build idea I had, I forgot. There was a newer member, JMW. I was talking to him a bunch a few weeks ago. He was popping into the lives, but I haven't seen him in a few weeks. Peter, maybe you know, maybe he's just been busy. Maybe he's been catching the replay. Also, I want to say shout out to the replay crew. Uh, Especially there's a couple people who I know have been watching from the UK. Yo, I really appreciate it. And one specifically, I don't know how to pronounce their name, but you know who you are. I really appreciate your comments every week. Dusty is also a regular replay crew, and I know Slater tunes in sometimes, but doesn't always comment. I really appreciate my replay crew just as much as everybody who shows up live. Shout out to you guys, Peter, if you're watching the replay. Uh, this one's for you, dude, because we were talking about how the Umami coil would probably be um, a good fit, into the Torrenboro. But what I got to do is I got to figure out what I want to cut, what I need to cut these leads to. So I'm going to take this coil out. Actually, let's see. Actually, I might need to, let's spin this off. Let's get it on the trusty old paranormal. This will probably be the only build that we do tonight, just because we started late. But where the fuck is Duchess? Wanted him to see my comment, and bitch, he was here. He's here. Oh, you know what, Darren? He's at a sleep study tonight, so it might have started. So, but it's possible that he's still watching and listening. But he had a sleep study tonight. So, jerking is gherkin. He's at the hospital, says Ben. Yeah. Yeah, just all right. Here we go. So that's actually still a pretty darn decent looking coil. So we might set it to the side, but let's see. That's about as close as I can get, I think. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that is what's in there. We're going to take that out. And I'm going to put them both on the coiling rod together so I can basically clip the leads at the same length. Because we are going to switch to the umami coil. Look at that, man. Duchess one weekend was like, yo, I'm super determined to start doing some stags. And he freaking got down on the drill freaking for a full weekend and just kept on spinning and got this freaking build freaking down, dude. Real quick. And it's even been like another like couple months since he's done that. So like they're even way more consistent now. So what I want to do is I want to take the coil out of this guy, and then we will measure the leads and get them cut. I think I need this guy. Yep. The reload tool always comes in handy. I'll take that guy off there. Boom. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to slide that guy onto my rod there. We're going to do this. And just kind of, what I might do is kind of straighten these out a bit. On that one. Just so we can get as close to that length, that same length as possible. So you can see I got them lined up like that so I can measure the one leg against the other and cut it up as close as I can. Hold on. Picky Mo! Come on. To the side. All right. And then now that we got that one cut, we can just kind of line the back end of our snips up to that leg right there. See how it's like lined up to the back end here? Sticky Mo! And I think that should do it. I don't know. I don't know if we'll save that coil or not. But there we go. And also, if you look at the posts on this darn thing, they're kind of squished together a little bit closer than you would think. Like if you wanted to put like a 5-wrap coil in there, like you kind of got to be a little careful because it's gonna want to squeeze. Like if it's too chunky of a coil, 5 wraps is gonna be kind of wide for how scrunched together those posts are. But I think this should be a pretty perfectly sized coil. And you can see this is the Torin burrow. I really think this was supposed to be the I don't know. It's funny how they did this, and it's like the same style as like all the Blaze stuff, the Airflow. Torin has always been doing a similar style to the Mike Vapes products, but I'm surprised this wasn't just called the Blaze, and that they still came out with another Blaze after this, because it's just that same similar type of Airflow. QHB is in the house. She awaketh. Yeah. Hope all is well. Will Colburn says, yo. What's up, Will? uh, oh, so let's see. I'm just gonna kind of just drop it in, and I'm gonna see where it's at for height. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be actually pretty perfect. Looks like it's gonna be pretty perfect. I'm just gonna hold my finger on top of it and tighten it down. Come on. Is that not the right size? I feel like. Let me see. Yeah, it wasn't actually tightening. Like it wasn't gripping. It was a slightly bigger size. It turns the grub screw, but it doesn't actually fit exactly to actually get some good purchase on tightening down those leads. All right. So definitely some wonk. We're gonna fix that. And I'm gonna pull up on it a bit. And I think we're good. I think we are good. Maybe pull up on that side a bit. Make sure that it's straight. Make sure it's even. And I think we're good. I think we're ready to rock. What do you think? Nice and shiny? Nice and shiny there? Looks about pretty even between posts. No wonk. Oh yeah. Love it. Pretty easy install. The wicking is the more difficult part on this, but it's really not that difficult. It's just you got to just be careful not to thin it out too much. That's it though. Oh my gosh! Once my tools start to get scattered, there we go. Hey, you can't taste wonk anyway. Yay! How's that for timing? I do agree that you can't taste wonk in most scenarios, but it's the fact that we have a soundbite of you specifically saying you can taste the wonk, which makes it funny. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, dude. There, take later. Oh, there's Duchess. Gotta go. I'll see you next week, Duchess. Have a good night, man. Steve makes everyone buy wrenches now. I paid $50. Don't lie. Don't lie. Will, we're gonna here's a quick wrenching for Will. Let's see. Wow, is it that far behind? Oh no, it's not. I see. Where are you, Will? Where are you? Will, we got you, dude. We got you. Everybody gets a wrench that is a regular. All right. All right. We got you. We got you, buddy. No need to feel left out anymore. If you're in the US, you get a wrench. If you're in Canada, you have to pay tariffs to get a wrench. Yo, that's funny. Imagine if there were a ban on wonk. I know, right? Phrasing would sponsor that ban. Yeah. Uh, Chris says I have proof in the form of a drip tip that says you most certainly can taste wonk. Grim says I dipped in at the perfect spot. You did, dude. It was absolutely perfect. You should make it liquid called wonk so that you can indeed taste it. Now that's funny. That's brilliant right there. QHB says I was thinking a lowered population. Hey Gunny, what's up, dude? Canadian Paper said you have to skip around the room to get a wrench. There you go. There you go. Now, usually, I make sure like somebody's gonna come back a couple times, or like somebody join the yo-yo, and like that they're most likely gonna be back to hang out. We give them a wrench. And like I said, anybody that has like any YouTube content, or you got any recipes you want to share, feel free to drop those links in the chat. And like like Mao and Duchess, those guys, they'll drop like their Discord or their order form or stuff like that. Let's get some heat to this sucker. Let's get some heat to it. Let's see. Bed single. Oh wow! Apparently, it's already reading the resistance that this is at cold. I'm going to turn this way down to about 12 watts, and then we'll slowly raise it up. Give it a little pinch. Just enough to kind of turn that coil a little gold. And then we'll go up to about 15. And we'll start strumming that bad boy. I always feel guilty about strumming freaking staggered fuse Claptons because they're so beautiful. But they can handle it. There we go. Staggered fuse Claptons sometimes have a tendency to have more hot spots. It's just the nature of how they're built. But that didn't take much at all, actually. We're gonna I want to pull that center wrap apart a little bit. Come on. Let's turn the wattage up to about 20. See where we're at there. Also, remember how I pointed out how like the posts in this are kind of tight, like together? That can actually cause your legs to be squeezed together, and it causes like a pressure point at the end of this wrap and this ramp that sometimes can make hot spots happen at the very edge of each coil. That kind of wonked up a little bit on me, but we'll be okay. I can't find my thing. There we go. There we go. Let's unwonk it. All right. That should be good. I'm going to go up to like 25 or so just to make sure hotspots are gone. What's up, peeps? Not Mike Vapes here. Ha! My Mecha Model Kit channel. Oh, there you go. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Del. Thanks. Mouse said liquid wonk sounds like a heavily culottes. I don't even know what the heck those words are, but I miss a lot when I'm looking down. If I skip, my wife is going to divorce me. That's funny. What's up, peeps? Not Mike Vapes here. Gunny in with the mustache of the year. Hell yeah, dude. Casa Duderinos. All right. Uh, Gunny says I have an annoying ingrown hair in the right now. In it right now. Darren said that's a good name for a mix. Liquid Wonk. It is. I'm name my next liquid gelatinous muck. There you go. That sounds cool. Yo, Liquid Wonk sounds. It is. We're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to now. I don't know what the profile should be, but I like that idea. Dell says I dislike when my mustache grows down into my lip and I bite it when I'm eating. Yeah, 100%. Gunny says, is it media blasted or made of peak? The deck, I think it is media blasted. I think we're good. We're ready to rock. Let's reread it. 0.39, pretty much right where it should be. 0.39. Because, yeah, that's pretty much. These for a dual build, he's got 0.16 to 0.19 for a dual. So if you take 0.388 and divide that, you basically get a 0.19. Casa, like the organization, says Patrick. Mouse says Culata, grape, banana, oof. You can taste the wonk. Liquid Wonk has to taste like gummy O-rings. Dude, yeah, a gummy. Some type of gummy called Liquid Wonk. I'll vape to that. I do got a couple new gummy flavorings coming, I think. I just ordered a couple flavors last night. All right, let's get this wicked up. We're going to get our 2.5 millimeter FDH cotton out because that is a 2.5 millimeter quote. Wonkios. Man, I really make a mess every time. Where are my skeezers? Bam. That should be plenty. Wonky rings. I'm sorry I have to jet and edit stupid videos. Big love, Steve-O Squad. Yo, have a great night, Nick. Hope you're able to get all that done. Yo, that's cool. I don't know. No, I'm not trying to peel that off of there. Let's go. Kasa. Nick talk. Duh. Wow. When it's not, dude, I am so dumb, Patrick. Nick talks about it all the time. Not Kasa, not a home, the vape orb that like tried to save vaping. Yeah, okay, yeah, the consumer. Duh. Be good. He says, peace. Dude, when it wasn't all in capitals, I read it differently. Dude, thank you Patrick, thank you for clearing that up. Now I feel like a doof. Now I'm wonky. My brain is wonky. Or a whole line. Sour wonk, fruity wonk, dietary wonk. What? Oh, yo. Yeah. Actually, that seems kind of thin for 2.5, but we'll rock with it. What I'll do is I'll do this. We'll fluff it like that and then pull it back through and fluff it like that to kind of tighten it up in the center there. If you can pull your mod around, you should be good. All right. But I shouldn't have to really thin this out. I should just be able to fluff it. What I'll do is I'll measure down here, cut, bam. Okay. Maybe that was a little too short. We'll see. I'm going to do one side at a time. We'll give it a fluff. That's what she said. It looks kind of thin. It does. The 2.5 seems a little thin for some 2.5 millimeter coils. It depends, right? It depends on like where you pull it from, because some pieces of the rope seem thicker than others. Like here it seems thicker, and then here it seems thinner. But just kind of how the cotton lies, I suppose. I'm not trying to thin the ends out too much, but I do want to make sure everything's kind of fluffed up and all in one direction. That's the side there. Make sure that's straight cut. All right. And then I'm going to go up and in, up and in. Kind of grab it up. Ah, the cotton's going wonky on me. Up and in. Ah, there we go. So you want to be able to see. There we go. Kind of fluff it like that. You want to be able to see the tips of your wick. Just like that. You could see just like a tiny little bit of space underneath the wick there. There you go. See that tiny little bit of space? Maybe if we go like this. Just enough, just a tiny little bit for some liquid to get underneath. That should be good. But I kind of want it to be fluffed up. There we go. Let's refocus. Focus. There we go. 32%. Just the tip, Steve? Yeah, just the tip. Ooh, Wonk Bacco. I'd buy that. Is that RY4 or 55 gold in it? There you go. I still haven't tried the 555 gold. Patrick says, cool part about me recently is I'm happy and I ain't even tripping, dog. Life is good. Living a loser-free life, me included. It's time to succeed without the weed, dude. You know, it's real interesting how how good you've been feeling, man. How good you've been feeling, and I think a part of it too is because you found support already where you're at, and people that you're like on the same path with. That was huge for me. Like living in the halfway house and finding people that like basically like were in the same exact position as I was. They had a similar story as me, and we were all going through it together. Uh, I think that's a big part of it. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. Let's see. Just get that fluffed. Bring in the fluffer. Maybe. There we go. And then up and in. Succeed without the weed. Awesome. Congrats. Yeah. I mean, it took me some time to realize that for me personally, that was going to be something that I wasn't going to be able to do anymore. You know, I had a wicked reservation early in recovery that I was going to eventually be able to get back to a place where all I did was shed time, that I could cut everything out and I could just go back to just that, because at that point in my life when that's all that I partook in, you know, I didn't have any problems. I found out the hard way that uh, I don't know, it didn't make me feel the way that I wanted it to anymore. It made me anxious, and it lowered my inhibitions when I would partake in shed time, and it would make me think this isn't the exact high that I'm looking for. And since I'm already, uh, you know, getting high on something, would start making excuses to use more and more different substances. My boo hit and ran. But yeah, he did. He's been doing that. He usually pops in sometime, you know, around like 9 o'clock ish, comes in, says what's up, and then goes back to work. Because I think he usually comes in while he's taking a break. Uh, Patrick says I have actual friends and I don't have to settle for Star Wars nerds or closed-minded people seeing a metal show Saturday. Oh yeah, you're going to a metal show on Saturday. That's awesome. We're gonna do some double barrel. I know I had designated my Empire and OG recurve setup to double barrel, but I want to try it in a burrow, and I think this will be a good one for it. Shout out to Mao. This is the tastiest root beer I've ever had. Let's pulse a little bit of liquid into that coil. Just keep on pulsing until our wicks are nice and saturated. Turn the wattage up a little bit, see if we can get some better vapors here. Oh yeah. Also, the sweet spot for this coil is right around the same wattage that I was running this burrow at the last time I used it, around like 45 watts. All right, let's see. Where did that tool go? What the heck? How did I lose that tool? I got tools everywhere, but I can't find the one that I want to kind of poke around in there with. Oh, there it is. There it is. I kind of just want to poke around a little bit and make sure that those corners are filled out. There we go. Because if this can wick, it can flood if those corners aren't filled out. All right, there we go. Let's get our top on. Doesn't matter what way it goes. Let's get that on. Boom. I feel like that's not on all the way. I don't know why. Maybe it does matter. Hold on. Oh, I know why. Because the airflow is not pushed down all the way. All right, now we can spin that off. Yo, is Hippo here? Evening, Mao and Gunny. Yo, Hippo, good to see you, bro. Evening, folks. Bro, it's been a minute since you made a live. Built to spill in July. Paid for smoking weed every day for 3 years, ruminating about how depressed I was. I came to the conclusion I can't think before I act with weed. Also cut out oh, no kidding. Energy drinks is a hard one, man. That's a hard one. QHV says I have always been all in or quit type of indulgent personality. Yes, a 3mm bore. Wait, for that. Why can't I? There we go. 3mm bore for that RDL on the RDA. uh, Patrick says I just wanted to try something new. Now I have 2 best friends and one watching this with me now. Oh, yo, what's up, dude? Shout out to your homies, Patrick. Uh, having fun and Bowling Green slaps, dude. Yeah. Yeah, you've been telling me, man. Bowling Green sounds like a rad town. Dell says bowling is fire. Same to you. Been super busy with the life thing. Wedding. Yeah, I know it's wedding season. I know it's your busy season. It's good to see you, brother. Good on you, man. Patrick, motherfucking conquest, winning in life, says Dell. Will says I like to party. All right. So I got to get this guy back on here. Otherwise, it sits wonky in the mod. And this is one that I need a drip tip for. Hold on. Let me sit this nice. There's a lot of space in this thing. This Torin burrow is a little bit smaller than your standard burrow tank. Let me get this screwed in here. And I'll show you why. I tried putting that prototype drip tip in to this. This flush nut, for some reason, is a little tighter than other flush nuts. And it tears up the O-rings on some of my regular 510 drip tips. I really wanted to put this guy in there, and it just, no matter what I do, like, it won't fit. The purple one doesn't fit either, but I'm trying to save that purple one for baby mama there. Yeah, the only one that really fits good is this tiny little guy, and it's got one O-ring off. It's funny because it's like so tiny, but it works. I think this drip tip fits in it okay, but it's on my dwarf right now. And I still had to take one of the O-rings off to get it to fit. Let's get a battery in. Patrick says, thanks, y'all. Hold on. Why won't this scroll up? Hippo says, vaping on a brand new setup. SX Mini G-Class V2 with a 30mm Vortex on top. Yo, that sounds rad as heck. I would like to try that Vortex someday. I'm not really super big into 30mm tanks, but I will say the Asgard 30mm, I've really been enjoying it. Shout out to Chris for that one. Verperstrode. Lunch break time. We'll check back in 20. All right. We should be here until 9:30, Del. Vortex 30 slaps, says Gunny. Patrick says, I'm very self-aware. I don't have an addictive personality. I have an addiction to not feeling and stuffing it all in, not drugs. It's been relatively easier, new meds and therapists. Yeah, see, like the drugs, they help you to freaking stuff all those feelings down and to numb everything. That's kind of similar to what I would do. All good QHV. Honestly, I've let it all go. No harm. Patrick says, thanks, y'all. Hippo says it does, Gunny. Got some little D's in it. Hell yeah, dude. I still haven't tried little D's. I thought about getting a bottle to try, but ultimately I just ended up grabbing a little bit of Aliens Are Outside this last batch. Because I literally just bought 5 bottles of Don, so it made it difficult to want to go crazy on the FDH, especially when I have like a stockpile of my own liquid here. Mouse says I have that issue with every damn vape drip tip. With the other drip tip, yeah, I mean it comes with a drip tip that's like okay. I don't know if this battery is gonna work. We'll see. It's too wide bore for me. Patrick says the homie just says hi before you butcher it. It's in his Native American. Ah, okay. Let's see if this works. This battery's got a little bit of a dent in it, so sometimes it doesn't want to work in this mod. Nope. Hold on. If I spin it around, it might. No, I'm just going to get a different battery. Just get a different battery. Let me get it. Gosh darn you. I just want a plain black battery. Where are you? Come on. There we go. There we go. It's on. Reading incorrectly. Come on. There we go. Now it's reading right. 0.41. That's pretty darn close, actually. It does read, I've noticed, like a little bit higher than what the coil should be. So we've got that going. We just got to fill it up. There's our setup so far. I just want to keep caught up on comments. And with other into damn vape, rather, yeah. Darren says, anyone buy the Nitrous 23 sauce or teal review? I haven't tried the 23 yet. My oldest is going to Tennessee in June, says QHB. Petra says, sorry for all the spamming. Missed some weeks. And big changes. Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. It's all good, brother. QHB, I'm getting lucky in Kentucky now. The mediocre musician, what is up, dude? What's your personal favorite out of the JMW line? Mine is, oh my God, it's Blueberry, probably. So JMW is both, the menu is a collaboration of both mine and my partner Dan's recipes. So he made the Oh My God, It's Blueberry. That's one of my favorites of his. The ones that I've created, like Crunchberry Shake. Obviously, I'm biased, but Crunchberry Shake is a personal all-day vape of mine. His name is Injit. If you okay, I got you. I got you. All right. Yeah, Crunchberry Shake. Oh my God, it's blueberry. If you like custards, it's a blueberry custard. And Skeleton Key is the key lime. Neil said you need a clear battery wrap for that mod. Yeah, guys, feel free to drop your favorites in the chat as well. Gunny says vanilla rum custard is a slapper. Yeah, if you like custards, let's get this filled up. I absolutely love caramel crumble. It is one of the ones I'm most recently proud of. But caramel crumble for me is better in RDA. I tried it in the dwarf, and it didn't taste the same. I mean, it did. It was just a little dry. Let's turn that down to about there. 42 watts. Let's get our little guy on there. Bam. All right. We've drawn this out quite a bit. I'm already out of the Grape God. Time for another order. Hell yeah, dude. That Grape God is a banger. So there we go. Little mini drip tip aside, all nice and clean. That matte stainless steel and black. We're going to try giving it a toot starting at 42 watts. And it doesn't look like it's flooding, so that's a good sign. Hopefully it wicks well. Turn that back on. Let's bring this back out. And hello again. All right, guys. A little double barrel action. Torin, we got our single Duchess Coils Umami Staggered Fuse Clapton and the Torin Burrow. Damn Vape Xeon. Cheers. I think we can come up a little bit more. Let's go to 45 watts. Mmm. 45 watts is absolutely perfect. Getting a little bit of staggered fuse Clapton crackle actually, which is not very common, but I think that just comes from that piece of the 2.5 millimeter cotton was a little thin. Drip tip's a little short, but it's got a nice bore that I like. So even though this is more of a direct lung setup, I still like the more smaller bore drip tips on the Burrow devices. It just really condenses like the flavor more towards the front of your palate. Gives you that sugar lips. Mmm. Yo, guys, have I said that I never liked root beer before? I can't believe I freaking love this root beer so much. Shout out to Mao for the double barrel. Mmm. Yeah, that's hitting beautifully, man. Just nice, smooth, staggered fuse Clapton vape, nice and warm. Could probably even take that up a few more watts, but I feel like 45 watts is the magic number right now. You can get those nice long draws off of it. Pair it with a little Dr. Pepper, why not, right? I feel like there is root beer in Dr. Pepper, I feel like. Uh Mediocre musician, yeah. Um I would have to say as far as like maybe fruity ones, I'm really proud of the citrus pomberry. If it's like a blueberry pomegranate tea, but it has. And here's the thing though, is you have to like citrus notes because it's got a little blood orange and a touch of grapefruit in it. Gives it a nice little pop underneath like that blueberry pomegranate tea. But any of the lemonades, the watermelonade, the Brazzle, which is like a blue raz slushy lemonade type of thing. Those are all fantastic, and they slap in like a Burrow device, or even if you use a sub ohm tank, those fruity ones really still pop like on a like a stock mesh coil. Uh, Hi, my name is Patrick, recovering addict. Bakersberry is my higher power. And I admit I am powerless over drugs and alcohol. Dude, it took a lot for me to be able to say that for the first time. To admit that I was powerless, and not just to say the words, but to actually understand that I was powerless and understand what powerless like truly meant. Like I was able to, you know what? We'll get into it a couple weeks from now, because in 2 weeks it'll be my sober anniversary, and we're gonna talk recovery pretty much that whole stream. Um, but yeah, dude, bravo, dude. It's not easy to admit that. Darren says, "Holy cow, a house just blew up a few miles away, and I felt it. What the hell? No way, man. No way." Oh, mediocre musician says, "I'm rocking the Dead Rabbit Pro, so everything tastes great in it." Yeah, dude. I hear a lot of people like the Dead Rabbit Pro. I know that's one that Hippo rocks regularly. The Dead Rabbit Pro, I know he loves that Drop Dead V2. Haven't tried either one of those, but I hear they're fantastic. Although, disclaimer, fuck Hell Vape, but they do make some banger RDAs. Neil says, "Steve, did you turn the sleep mod off on that nitrous to keep it from having to turn it back on after it sits?" Uh, Not that I'm aware of, not intentionally anyway. I'll have to fiddle around with it. I don't think I did. That's messed up, Darren. Oh no, Darren, I can see smoke from my house. Yeah, wow. Just blew up, huh? Wow. Gosh darn it. Oh, also succulents. How can I forget succulents? Everybody really seems to love the succulents. Former all day vape of mine. Not that it isn't still. Um, I just work it into rotation. I have a lot more liquids in our line that I can all day vape now. So I have like a rotation. And I think, we got a few minutes. I might just saturate that coil and fill that squonk bottle and get succulents in the rotation before we finish here. But this was freaking great. I, dude, I am glad I had this idea to use this umami coil. Shout out to Duchess for the coils. The umamis are little bangers. Great for a little single coil squonk RDA type of setup. Um, in dual configuration, they'll work in a dual coil RDA, and they'll ohm out uh, in that nice sweet spot. If you like to run on a hex ohm, they're great in a burrow device. Literally a nice all around build that so far seems to work well in everything I've tried them in. I haven't tried a dual yet. That's what we'll do next. Is I was thinking of popping a dual set into. I haven't decided yet. Either the V1 RDA for vaping, or uh, the Voltro 25 V3. I'm not sure yet. Um, that's no 30 millimeter vape cloud. Yeah. uh, Patrick says, "I think I knew I wanted to get sober. I just took a good plan. It just took a good plan for me to have hope, and now I'm killing it. I've been telling you for months I want to get sober, but location and loneliness was the problem. Yeah, you really did. That town was like destroying you, spiritually and mentally. It felt like it it was causing you to isolate more than you probably wanted to. Um, Ben says that's crazy though. Hope it was empty. Yeah, for real. Geez, learn how to cook, Walter. Wow, that's funny. It's dark. It's dark, but it's funny. Um, Good chefs don't blow houses up. You in Kentucky too, Darren? Mediocre says just grab some. Oh my God, it's blueberry and some palmberry. I love blueberry liquids. I have had a love-hate relationship with teas though, but I'm always down to try them. Yeah, I mean, it's a mild kind of tea base. The blueberry isn't the most prominent, but it's a nice blend of blueberry and pomegranate. I would say the blueberry pomegranate is what I get the most up front. the tea kind of like sits like mildly underneath everything. Mao Mao freaking chugs that stuff. I feel like it's a little bit of an underrated liquid, but I think when summertime hits, like things like the boysenberry lemonade, the citrus pomberry, and the Agent Arnie, I think people are going to be craving, some summertime beverage vapes. Dude, awesome, man. Have had a lover, but I'm always down to try them. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Citrus pomberry tea is like one of the best things ever. It's floral, smooth, with a citrusy pop. There you go. Yeah, and it's I would not floral like uh what's the word like an unwelcome type of floral. It's like a sweet floral. Uh I just get pictures from a person close to me. It's leveled. Whoa. Leveled. Wow. Patrick says, when I tell people what I did the last 3 years here, their question is, and you only smoked weed and drank a little in Scottsville? Wow. Yeah. He says, I've only used standard brand liquids, so it's nice to try something different. Yeah, dude. And I appreciate that, man. Yeah. And I do tell people kind of maybe branch out and try something maybe you wouldn't normally because, you know, we tend to do things a little bit different in DIY, you know? Oh yeah, duh, bomb pop. Bomb pop is killer with ice or without. Patrick. Yeah, yeah. I know people like to add some ice to some of them. When I'm sick, I add a little bit of ice to Grape God. Mao says it's a sit back and watch the sunset floral. Major chill vibes. Hell yeah, dude. I feel like that's still wicking great. I'm seeing some bubbles in there. Um, Real quick, I'm just gonna while we're here together, we got a few minutes left. I am gonna get some succulents into rotation here. Uh, where is the paranormal? I'm just gonna pop this off the Billy Club so I can more easily pop the cap off. Here, might as well do this together. Uh, Chaos says I love Grape God. Hell yeah! See, we're already wicked. Patrick Scottsville is Methville, USA, or just a town where old Hucks go to spend their last days, never going back. Old Hicks, yeah. Hucks, I think, seems like it fits too. Let's just get some liquid on this guy. I need this. I need this in my life. A little succulence. I don't use any of our labels for my own bottles, but oh yes. Now this has kendo cotton in it, so I kind of gotta slowly pulse it into the coil. You can hear that crackle. It's got a 2.5 millimeter cherry bomb in it. And then what I kind of got to do is poke around at the cotton, kind of brush it to get the liquid to soak into the cotton ends because it takes a little bit to massage the liquid into the kendo cotton at first. But once it's saturated for that first time, then it soaks up liquid like super easily. Like when you squonk it, it won't have to like massage the liquid in again. You just kind of just got to get it initially saturated. There we go. That should do it. Just make sure you don't see any dry spots in the cotton. You hear that crackle? All right. And we'll get our cap back on. This is the direct lung broken addy cap. I guess maybe we can come out a little bit more. Oh, that's the wrong button. So you can see. Spin that on, line our beauty ring up to where we want it. I line it up so that little red dot right there is right about in that spot. Let's pull our bottle out and give her a fill. Now, what's going to happen though is when I fill this, it's going to probably flood that deck a little bit because it's the way that this squonk setup is set up. Squonk system is set up. It's going to force a little bit of liquid up that tube. But we're going to go to about there. Leave a little bit of displacement for the tube. Bam. It could have taken a little more, but we're all right. And yeah, this one was already pre-wicked and ready to go. Oh, 42 watts. Crackle City. Oh, I'm not monetized. I've actually never looked into doing that. I don't know what you would have. You have to. Your channel has to be monetized for to have the super chat function. I appreciate the thought though. Ken, what's up, dude? Long time no see. We've been chatting a little bit, but Ken is a JMW member from back in the early days, the VIP days. Back when there was still the JMW VIP, also known as the Nest. A little succulents. Cheers. Skawunk. Okay, I did flood it a little bit that time. Let's get that dried off because it's a little made a little bit of a mess on top. I actually have not ran the Billy Club in a few weeks, and this thing didn't leave my hands since like Christmas time for a while there. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Now we got a rotation going. Succulents is so good. Delvave says, I've returned. Verdict on the Tauren RBA? Dude, slaps with that freaking umami coil in there. Went with some Malmix double barrel root beer. Beautiful. Doing beautiful. And the fact that it's so direct lung, I think is the reason why I like these more direct lung type of burrows. Patrick says, well, hey, I want to pop in the Fight Club and finish it tonight. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to bounce, folks. Patrick, love you, brother. Proud of you, bro. Have a good night. Be yourself. It's all that you can be. I love that. Ken says, yo, brother, hope all is going well. Glad to be back. Love JMW, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you're back, dude. It's great to hear from you. Darren says, 2053 Lakeview, 9 and 9-1 on location, reporting possibly 2 people inside. Damage to buildings on either side and fire starting in the structure. 2057 Uh, Command reports a kid rescued, two trapped. Oh, damn. QHB says, hasn't seen Fight Club? No way, impossible. He had. It's the only major cult classic I haven't seen. Read the book, though. We did share a while back, and this is a movie I put on to Patrick, another cult classic. I shared it on the channel a while back. SFW. If you haven't seen SFW yet, give it a freaking watch. One of my all-time favorite movies. Um, don't listen to Steve-O. The real reason is he only takes singles, and that's after the stream ends. He says, cheers to you, brother. Sounds like it hits good. It does. It does. But we're all set up for the next week or so. I'm gonna continue seeing if I can push the Voltrove until next Monday. Maybe we'll rewick that because it'll be about due. If not, it might need it before then. It's hard to say. It's starting to break down a little bit, maybe. Um, I don't know what we're gonna. I'm gonna continue keeping this guy in rotation. I've been absolutely loving it. I usually always keep a broken Addy in rotation and switch around between different mech squonks. It's funny, I don't have any mech squonks in rotation right now. Dropping by to say hi, says Ronnie. Moving, not going well. That sucks, man. I hope it gets better for you, dude. Ronnie, great to see you, buddy. Uh, Neil Pitt says the first rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club. 100%. And actually, guys, we're all set up, and that's unfortunately going to do it for the night. I apologize. I know, Ken, you just popped in, but we are here every Monday, 7 p.m. EST, usually. Started late today because I guess my body needed a little extra sleep. However, Seamus did just post his notifications that he's going to be going live in Twitch. I try not to step over his streaming time. I don't know if anybody has the link handy for the dopamine dump. I don't have it on hand where I can grab it and drop it real quick. But you can find the wee baby Seamus on Twitch, or maybe somebody can grab it from the Discord and pop it in chat there. And if anybody still wants to hang out for some extended Monday vape content, the dopamine dump is all vibes. And there you. Oh yeah, see that's the Discord channel link. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can go. Let's try this real quick, unless somebody beats me to it. Let's see. Boom. I think that must be musician's order coming through. I can't get in. There it is. Thank you, Kat. There it is, Kat. Thank you. It was going to take me a minute to get there. Yeah, guys, feel free to hit that link and to go in and show Seamus some love on the dopamine dump. I will be in there to say what's up as well. Guys, I appreciate you showing up every week. Even when I oversleep and start 45 minutes late, I absolutely love you guys. You guys are what make this stream what it is. I truly appreciate all the support. The fact that we've been able to come together as a community and just lift each other up on Mondays. It's the same type of vibe over on the dopamine dump, so I highly recommend, going and giving him a follow if you don't already. And we're gonna end it there. Feel free, drop any hashtags or whatever you want to in the chat. I like to put them up on screen to end the show. We're gonna take it out like we always do on some clouds. You know what I mean? Thank you, as always, for wicking it and kicking it with me. We are JMW. Good night.